What's going on, Doe fam? Back with another video. Hope you guys have been doing well. For today's video, it's going to be a massive one. I'm going to go through the charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as base native coin assets. So I'll be covering Toshi as well as Alien Base, because I do think that there is some nice updates to give you guys for those tokens. But when it comes to today's news as well, we have some massive news to cover as well, because of course Iran and Israel has some major conflicts happening, and today may just have a massive volatile day, just due to a number of things that are happening, and I'll cover you guys why that actually may affect the charts. But without further ado, I'm Dope Boxside. I make content on YouTube, X, and CoinMarketCap. So be sure to follow those pages, like and subscribe, do all of that, and make sure to comment down below what other base native tokens to cover over on my X page. And yeah, so let's get right into it. First of all, for liquidations, we're actually starting to spike up as of pretty much the past 4 hours. So we had 4 hours of $165 million in long liquidations, and that was due to Iran, Israel, and a lot of news happening. And Trump did push out a tweet today, pretty much just implying that there is going to be a major, event happening in the next 2 days or so. And I'll go through it later on in the end of the video, but I do expect volatility to increase due to this. And with the liquidation heat map, we actually had a large spike in liquidations for the late shorters. And as it stands right now, we're having a lot of liquidations getting built above us and below us. And for the long short ratio, it's actually starting to go down, which is good to see. It just means more people are shorting the markets. And for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, it's actually slightly concerning right now, because as you guys can see on that Ethereum to Bitcoin bull flag, we actually had our first daily close below it. So ideally, what I would like to see here is a confirmation that this is actually a fake out. And I do not want multiple daily closes below this, because this just means Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is actually losing and gaining weakness, which is basically the Ethereum strength is actually losing out to the Bitcoin. And that just shows that most likely alt may have more pain to go for the foreseeable future. For Bitcoin, Bitcoin's actually in a bull pennant as it stands right now. We had a major wick to the upside today, and of course with Trump tweeting and more conflicts happening with Iran and Israel, this had a downturn. And most likely, as long as this low holds the 104 points, but the 104.6k region, the bull flag is still intact, and I do expect upside to continue. And for this bull flag, technically, the technical target for this bull flag is actually absolutely massive. If I bring this out here, guys, like look, it's about 160k for the bull flag bull pennant target, and that pretty much aligns with my thesis that we are heading into a doubling from the lows. And as long as really this second wave parabolic channel is held, and this bull flag is also held, more than likely Bitcoin is well on its way. Let's just hope Israel and Iran doesn't affect the charts too much. But of course, everything is priced in, and I do expect our alts to probably have a fake out to the downside. I do expect a lot of volatility to occur, but I really think it will be very brief and won't affect the charts too much. And if we do have a massive dump to the downside, it will be very short-lived with a fake out to the downside and then a bounce back above. For the Ethereum chart, you can actually see quite easily here on the 1 hourly, we had a major rejection off our consolidation patterns. Of course, I've been showing you guys and relaying you guys, look, we've been consolidating above here, and ideally what we'd like to see is a breakout to the upside with a close above and staying above. But of course, that didn't end up happening. We did a fake out to the upside, and now ideally what's happening now is a fake out to the downside as well. But as you guys can see, purely based on the wick we had yesterday, it's looking like we just need more chopping to continue. At the end of the day, we want to see Ethereum to hold the bottom of this range. If it holds, it just means we need more chopping to occur, and there is no reason to be bearish on Ethereum right now. But of course, this range is actually quite massive, and the bottom of this range is actually like 8% as from current prices. So I would not be surprised with Iran and Israel conflicts increasing. We have another test of this range low, and then a bounce, and then continuation to the upside. For stock market actually had a green day yesterday, and it's looking bullish. I told you guys, look, I did expect a retest of the higher high before, and we actually did get that. We got that on the 13th of June, and we had a nice little retest of that. But of course, with Iran and Israel conflict happening, we may have a red day once the markets open again in about, I think it's about 12 hours from now. And we'll see where that goes, because it's really looking like Iran, Israel is having like major conflicts right now. And seeing what Trump just posted today, it seems like we may have an inflection point today, and most likely a massive breakout to the downside or upside imminent. So we've covered the charts. Next up is tweets. And first tweet is by Income Sharks. It's cool that you guys feel bearish, but what's bearish about this Bitcoin chart? Objectively, the TA is bullish. So as you guys can see, Income Sharks really likes his on-balance volume charts, and we're in a nice little uptrend as it stands, and we're actually bull flagging. So there actually isn't any reason to be bearish on Bitcoin as it stands. Of course, Bitcoin has dumped a bit. We're about the mid-range as it stands right now. As long as this bull flag holds, we can't expect downside to occur. And if we do break out, like I said, the target is the flagpole. And the target from that flagpole to the breakout is about 160k. And that just aligns right with our thesis that we expect a doubling from this low, which was about the 75k region, which is around the 150k region. Next up is by TechDev. This is another altcoin update to show you guys. It's that time the market comes every 4 years. This one took 5. As you guys can see, this is the global liquidity cycle, and we're bouncing right on trend, and Bitcoin's really looking like it wants to curve up. We just had that green print, and every time Bitcoin has had that green print, the parabolic trend has occurred, and usually at least a 2x is to occur. And like I said before, 150k is the target, but I am open to go way much higher prices. But let's see where we go on that. I will update you guys on this. When it comes to the data and the facts is the charts look really bullish right now. And if there is downside to occur, it'll be very short term and very brief, which just aligns with the Iran-Israel war happening right now. I do expect an inflection point and a final result to happen from that war, which may possibly mean that we may have one last dump to occur, which will flush out all the sellers, having a nice little breakout to the upside. And these are the kind of tweets that really push the price down. So first of all, China actually announced to call its nationals to leave Israel. So it seems to me Israel is about to do something massive in the next 20 to 48 hours or so. And next one's about Trump. So Trump actually announced on his Truth social media app that Iran should have signed the deal I told him to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. My personal opinion, I'm not taking any sides here. I don't really care who's in the wrong, who's in the right. When it comes to the charts, of course, everything's already priced in. But what I believe is in the next 24 to 48 hours, there's going to be a massive inflection point and will most likely show up on the charts very soon. And if we do see any breakouts to the upside or downside, we just need to see multiple daily closes at that trend for a confirmation to occur. So just another recap as well. If we do see a major inflection point with this war that's happening and get multiple daily closes below this bull pennant, then yes, I will say most likely Bitcoin is having a reversal here and may just need more consolidation and new lows to occur. And that actually may possibly affect the bull market. But same goes to the upside. If we have multiple daily closes above, I am getting more bullish, and more than likely it is a confirmation for our next leg up to the 150k region. But next part of the video is just updates to base native tokens I really like and show you guys quite frequently. So first one, of course, is Toshi. Toshi has a nice update to show you guys. I actually did a tweet yesterday on Toshi, just a chart analysis update, and this was actually the chart. And my expectations are really is, especially with this conflict happening, for us to have a major bullish divergence to occur. Just generally speaking, because it's really looking like Toshi may just need to get another low in the immediate future. And it just seems to me, just looking at the chart, it wants to really fake out and take out the sellers. And the reason why I'm so bullish on this is bullish divergences are a really good way to actually weed out sellers. And if we do get the third bullish divergence print, that will more than likely mean that the low is in for Toshi. And I do expect immediate upside to happen and occur from there. So of course, my two scenarios really is the end result is to the upside. But of course, we do want to see our levels to be held. And our major support level to be held is the 4-7 region. And of course, like I said, through this arbitrary line I made, if we go below it, it's not doom and gloom. What we want to see is no multiple daily closes below that support region, and we just want to see wicks below to really have massive sentiment reset on Toshi, as well as probably other base native tokens. If this occurs for Toshi in the next week or so, I do expect other tokens to do something very similar and just have bullish divergence to print. So it doesn't necessarily mean just for Toshi. Other meme tokens have their charts looking very similar to Toshi as it stands. But yeah, so what I'm really looking for is another bullish divergence print, and go from there. Obviously, when it comes to Toshi uptrends, I do expect continuation and an uptrend to occur once this bull pennant is actually completed. So, of course, we're actually consolidating right now, and we've consolidated since early May. And as long as we close above this this yellow line I've shown you guys here, more than likely Toshi is in an immediate leg up stage, and more than likely we'll head into the next immediate targets. And the next targets really for this is, if I get the Fibonacci tool, the next target really would be the 1-4, about the 1-4 to 1-5 region, and then after that would be the 2-2 region, which is basically all-time highs. So the next real target for really for Toshi is, once it breaks out, is basically all-time highs. So that's why I really think that more than likely we may actually just need another bullish divergence print for Toshi. And if we do get that, guys, that really is just a time to really get all in. And if you guys don't have enough Toshi, that is the time. It's going to be max risk to reward, in my opinion. And more than likely will mean that Toshi is really well on its way to new all-time highs a few weeks after. And if Bitcoin does recover in that stage as well, it's just going to provide an immediate spring for Toshi and be very bullish for Toshi, as well as other base native token assets. But next token as well is Alien Base. Alien Base has some really nice updates to show you guys. We've had a really nice dump on the charts for Alien Base. And of course, the charts for Alien Base look way different to Toshi. Reason being is, Alien Base doesn't have any listings. It's technically a micro cap. It's at 10 mil. In my opinion, micro caps are below like 20 mil at this stage. And as it stands, Alien Base has had a dump pretty much since the past early May. So as you guys can see, it peaked pretty much a similar time as Toshi. So Toshi peaked at 12th of May. Alien Base peaked at 10th of May, but it has had a much larger drawdown in percentage. But that is usually to be the case because it is a micro cap. The market cap is way smaller than Toshi, and of course the risk to reward is much higher. And as you guys can see, we're back down to our purple box. And our purple box that I had drew pretty much back in April was our max risk to reward entry point. And if you guys haven't already put enough in Alien Base, and if you guys feel underinvested in Alien Base and really believe in the thesis that Alien Base will adopt a lot of the DEX native inflows coming from Coinbase, etc., Alien Base will have a really good standing point when it comes to that. And I really do think that this purple box I've created for you guys is a really good spot to actually dollar cost average, because it's just max risk to reward in my opinion. You've got the range lows, which is the 3-4 region. I don't think that will get touched again, but let's see. But in my opinion, this purple box is really good for DCAing. And if we do get that continuation to the upside, your line in the sand has always been this yellow region. Of course, we broke out previously, and when we had that retest, we actually failed. And because we failed then, we had a continuation to the downside. And I do expect our next time touch to this range high and a break above and retest will more than likely mean that Alien Base is well on its way to all-time highs, and you guys don't really have much time left. But of course, we're nowhere near that yet. What is it? We still have to... How much percentage do we have to go up? We have to go up 93% to even touch that. So when it comes to that, Alien Base does need more time to consolidate and just garner stronger support for that level to get broken. You guys do have time to DCA in Alien Base, whereas Toshi, I think that would probably be more imminent, and you guys definitely have less time to accumulate, because as you guys can see, the inflection point and the time for this to end is technically at the maximum, like 19 days or so. But I do expect the inflection point to be anywhere around like the 7 to the 12 day region, because generally these kind of consolidation patterns end a bit before then. So I would say anywhere from 7 to 14 days would be your deadline. And I do expect a major inflection point and a breakout to either the upside or the downside to occur. And for Alien Base, we're still in the range. Whenever we've gone in this range, we have expected a long accumulation period. So I do expect the same for Alien Base. Even the previous time we got below it, we stayed in it for 70 days. So how long have we been in it for the last session? So we've only been in it for about 17 days. Our last shortest period was 70 days. So if we do expect the same, we can't expect Alien Base to break out till August. We might break out earlier, because generally speaking, the last time we were in this period of consolidation, we're in for, what was it? We were in for 180 days. and technically the last period was actually halved at 70 days. Who knows, we might actually break out before then, especially if Bitcoin really wants to make its way to 150k. But my personal opinion is Alien Base, you have more time to DCA, whereas Toshi, the inflection point is clearly within the next 14 days or so, and you guys definitely should be DCAing at these boxes, in my opinion, because that is a really good risk to reward. Those boxes are a really good risk to reward based on numerous reasons. So of course, for Toshi, you're at a major support level. You're printing bullish divergences if you get there, and it's pretty clear to me that this is a support resistance flip for Toshi. We've tested for supports back in 5th of June, and we may test it once again in middle of June. And similar for Alien Base, we've been in this accumulation range multiple times and for longer periods, and generally speaking, every time Alien Base has gone within this accumulation range, it's taken at least a month to get out of it. So I do expect, and I guess my recommendation for you guys is just to go the DCA route for Alien Base and just bid whenever the price hits this purple box, because I do think you guys have plenty of time to DCA. But that's all to the video, guys. If you guys like the video, like and subscribe. Comment down below if you guys want me to cover any other base native tokens. I do cover other coins on my X page, and be sure to follow that page over there. The handle's at Dopeoxide. But that's all to the video, guys. Have a good day. Have a good one. Peace.